Okay, I'm not gonna waste too much time on the on the intro here. Howdy y'all, what's going on? Yeah. So I wanted to get in a quick stream before work, so that's what we're doing today. Hope everyone's having a good start to your week. It's a Monday, I know. It's yeah. I figured, you know, it's gonna be a light stream week. I'm gonna try fitting in what I can, where I can. So that's what we're gonna do. It's literally just going to be roulettes. Like I'm literally just hopping in here doing my MSQ and Alliance raid. But you know, I wanted to stream and I wanted to be with you guys, so that's what I'm here for. You know, it's one of those weeks where I'm like, man, I just like doing this a lot more than working at the bookstore. So that's where we're at today. I think it'll be pretty chill tonight. I'm not super concerned about the shift. It's only like a quick shift, but because I'm working like every day this week, like I've been there, I don't know, 7 or 8 months now. And like everyone there is really cool. Like I was a customer there for a long time before I actually started working there. But yeah, it's like the first time that they've ever loaded me with hours. I don't know if we've just got like a bunch of people gone this week or something. I know we've got one out with some family issues, and you know, we've gotta support her because she's our children's manager and just great person all around. So yeah, we got to support her. But I don't know what's up this week. But it's one of those weeks where it's kind of motivating, right? It's like, I don't really want to do this, so I'm going to do more of what I want to do, and that means streaming, so hello. So, you know, it's been a while since I've done a whole lot in FF14, and it's not like we're really going to be doing a whole lot today either. You know, I was seeing some posts the other day. Yeah, I don't know, it was just people being toxic about FF14 in the way that I guess only MMO fans can be, right? Just complaining that Endwalker was not a very good expansion and there's not really like a whole lot of reason to keep people around and all of this stuff. I think they were essentially mad that there was like no Eureka or something like this to like kind of keep people here. Like for one thing, like I've always stayed subbed. Ever since I came back to this game, I've been subbed. I don't think I have let it lapse in probably close to 6 or 7 years at this point, right? I never really did Eureka. I really had no reason to do Eureka. I know that's where the relics came from. It was too confusing. It was too much of a pain in the ass, so I never did Eureka. So yeah, like this idea that there's really nothing to keep people around. I mean, it's really not any different than any other expansion has been, to be honest. You know, I was looking at the Lucky Boncho rates. You know, they do the survey, what, 4 times a year? Something like that. And, like, Endwalker's got a crazy high retention. At least based on their unofficial, like, population survey, right? It's something like over 70% retention rate, which is absolutely ridiculous for any video game, let alone an MMO in an expansion lull. So yeah, I was reading that post and I don't know, it just, it felt like super negative and super toxic in a way that, that I only really ever see in MMOs. Like, you don't have to look far for toxicity in video games, right? But it's usually other things. This was just, I don't know, it was very weird. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna do my roulettes, because we got Moggle Tomes. Like, I don't know, it's an MMO. It's the kind of situation where there's plenty of ways to make your own fun, right? That's, you know, once again, if you have never been on an RP server, come on down to Balmung, come on down to Crystal, because we got lots to do even during the downtimes, because there's always events and stuff going on. There's always always places open every night. A lot of cat girls. You want cat girl hooters, we got you. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really feel any different than any other expansion to me. Like, it's not like I was sitting here really running a whole lot of in-game stuff at the end of Shadowbringers either. So, yeah. But the Moggle Tome event, I mean, it's a really, really good event this time around. I've got most of what I wanted, but there's still a couple other things. The issue is that everything that I want is like 50 tomes. So I've got to run this stuff like every day. It's one Alliance raid, one MSQ roulette. That usually gives me decent amount. I try and run them at least once a day. I've skipped a couple days here because I've got most of the mounts that I want, but I could still use the Voidhead Resonator. Yeah. So it's a lot of Praetorium. But I don't mind. It's quick, it's easy. You just got the cutscenes you gotta worry about. But yeah, we'll make do with what we can. I have not even had breakfast yet, so it's one of those Mondays, right? But you know, I'm still trying to figure out a couple other things that I can do for the stream and for the model. It turns out that I'm not making nearly as much at this job as I was hoping. You know, it's stemming the tide as far as my bills go, but in terms of getting a new VTuber model, you know, even though I had a pretty low budget to begin with, it's not looking good. So we're going to be using the free one for a little bit longer, as best as I can. And yeah, you know, the good thing with this week is, you know, I am working a little bit more, but, you know, it will be a little bit more money. I mean, it's a trade-off, I guess, and I could use it. So that's, that'll help out a little bit as far as getting me a little bit ahead. You know, I know, I know I do complain a little bit. You know, oh no, I have to work 23 hours this week, but, you know, obviously it's small potatoes compared to what other people are going through. So I don't know. It's just, I think it's more the age kicking in. Like, I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, not really doing anything that I really plan to do. And it's going to be a little bit harder to get in my foot in the door in some of this stuff as we go on. So yeah. It'd be very different if I was not in small town Midwest, I think. But, you know, we'll make do. I'll be streaming. I do need to figure out some other stuff to stream though. I have not decided yet on Starfield. I don't think I've really talked about Starfield all that much out here on stream, but you know, I was really hyped about it. But it was one of those situations where, being a Bethesda game, I kind of wanted to wait for mods and stuff to come out anyways. But the more that I see and read about it, I don't know if I would really like it. You know, I love my space games. That I think we all know from how much I've streamed No Man's Sky in the past. This game does not look like No Man's Sky. Starfield, when I saw that it was a bunch of loading screens and menus, and you don't actually get the opportunity to, like, travel through space, like, you're just kind of stuck in a bubble around a planet, and you can kind of, like, float around it. But, like, you can't even actually land on the planet in real time. Like, you have to go to a menu, and it just, like, loads it up. I was like, okay. You know, it was essentially, looks like they took all of the things I wanted in a space trucking game and did completely the opposite of that. I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe with some mods and stuff, it'll be kind of fun. Like, when Skyrim came out, I used Skyrim probably more than anything as a photography simulator, right? Like, I would just literally wander around on foot across the map, find cool places, and take pictures. And I had a lot of fun with it. I put a lot of hours into Skyrim doing nothing but that. Like, I don't really remember a whole lot of the quests. I don't really remember a whole lot of what I actually did. I remember kind of getting the dragon words. That's about it. But I remember a lot about the environments and a lot about walking around and that kind of stuff. So if Starfield is taking away a lot of that, I don't know if I would like it. You know, I can resubscribe to Game Pass and get it. I don't know a whole lot about loading mods through Game Pass, so I don't know how that all works. But, I mean, it's not like I'd have to pay the full $70 or whatever to get it. I can just pay the $10 to get it through Game Pass, and that'd be fine. So, I mean, it is an option. If people want to see me play it, that's something we can do. But I will say that just from what I have seen of other people playing it, I think I would be very disappointed in the game overall. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm just mostly trying to find some other stuff because we've been doing a lot of Armored Core lately, a lot of Armored Core, and that's really been the majority of the channel since it came out. So I'm trying to find some other stuff. You know, I think Starfield was probably the last big release of 2023. I can't think of any other big ones coming out. Obviously, we still have a lot of FF7 to do. I won't be able to fit any of those streams in this week with just the time involved. If we did, it would probably be tomorrow, since I do have my one day off tomorrow. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm already doing FF7 and trying to juggle JRPGs is very difficult, I really want to play Sea of Stars. I've seen so many good things about it. And apparently, like, if you loved Chrono Trigger, like, it's basically a spiritual successor to it. I think I would really like Sea of Stars. I even saw that they put a couple Chrono Trigger references in the game. Like, I saw the screen cap of them, like, standing on the mountain and looking at the mountains. They're so beautiful. I'm like, oh my god. That is, like, extremely up my alley. It's just, as far as actually finding the time to play it, that's the tricky part. But I really want to try Sea of Stars. I think I would wholeheartedly enjoy it. And you know, we've got the end of the year coming up. So I've got to start coming up with my end of the year list. Coming up with my games of the year. So yeah, it's we've got a few more games we got to check out. I don't think I've really done a whole lot of games this year. It's usually for the thread on the Something Awful Games forum, and they require at least a minimum of 5 games played. It can be any era, so like it can be old games. But I really got to think of like 5 games that I played this year. I gotta go through my VODs and see what I've even played. Last year was a good year. Last year was a good year with a lot of fun stuff out. This year I feel like I haven't really played a whole lot. You know, some of the games that I thought I would really like, or some of the games that other people have really liked, I ended up kind of not caring for. Like, I know Hi-Fi Rush is very beloved, and I like the story behind it. Just, you know, indie developers just releasing it out of nowhere kind of thing, and it becoming a good success because we need more of that. But I really didn't like the game all that much. I'm just not much on rhythm games, I think, is what it comes down to. Like, you try combining that with action combat. It's like, well, I would rather just do action combat if that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, you know, it's gonna be a weird end of year list. I mean, it's really just been Baldur's Gate, Armored Core. What else have I even played this year? Well, let me go back through and take a look, because I genuinely cannot remember what I've even played. That's kind of sad. It's definitely not last year when we had so many amazing games out that it was hard to keep track of them all. Like, I had to cull some games from the list last year, and it's very rare that I play 10 games over the course of the entire year. It's pretty rare. Okay. What all? Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Armored Core, Hollow Cure. Hollow Cure's fun. It's kind of like Vampire Survivors, but yeah, it's been kind of a rough year. I have Star Rail. Star Rail was good. Fell off on it because it just it couldn't keep updates fast enough. Yeah, oh yeah, Homestead Arcana, that was a game that I played. Played Sea of Thieves for the first time this year, that was fun. Yeah, it's looking slim, my friends. It's, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not last year, that's for sure. All right, give my little hand wave as normal. You know, if I can't come up with a few more games that I played this year, I might not even be able to do a Games of the Year list. You know, I wish I could have said, you know, Tears of the Kingdom and that kind of thing, but I haven't touched my Switch in probably a year and a half now. So, yeah, unfortunately not a whole lot in that that zone. I haven't even bought the new Pokemon games yet, like the last generation that came out. As much as I really want to keep up with my Pokemon, like it's at the point where I think I'm gonna need to move them out of Pokemon Home and onto the actual game disc. Because I'm not really using that subscription. I mean, it's only once a year, so it's not like it's a ton of money. But it's kind of like I'm not really using this, and I'm paying for it, right? So might as well just move all my legendaries out of Pokemon Home. It's just really dumb that they delete your Pokemon after a while. Like that's kind of rough with some of the legendaries and stuff that they've had over the years. Yeah, it just feels bad to be like, oh well, I have to keep this subscription up or I lose these legendaries that were like one-time giveaways, right? Like there's no way I want to lose Meliata. I love my Meliata, right? All right. Got Praetorium going on. It should be fast. We're doing okay. Yeah, outside of that, the other thing, this might be next week. I don't know when we're gonna do it because I have to go to, unfortunately, the only place I can get stuff around here is Hobby Lobby, as much as I hate stepping foot in there. But I need to get some snippers. But I got my first ever Gunpla, so we might do that on stream next week or the week after. I've never put one together. I really have no idea what to expect, what I'm gonna need, how easy or how difficult they are. Like I almost don't want to because the box is so pretty. Like it's Gundam Ariel, and it's a gorgeous art on the box. But you know, I've never done one, and I really want to try it. You know, I asked the customer who set it aside for me, like, hey, do I really need to do anything for this, like any glue or anything? He's like, no, you don't need any of that. So yeah, I mean, as long as I don't have to paint anything or glue anything together, I think we should be fine. Even if I did have to glue stuff, I think it'd be okay. I think I could probably figure out a way to make it work. Like, I'm not that bad at handicrafts, right? It's just it's more of a mess and more to like deal with on stream. But yeah. But I do need to get the little clipper thingies to like pull the things off of the frame, off of the little wire holders that it's all set in. There's instructions on how to put it together. Like I would assume inside the box it's got like a sheet that tells you like, oh, here's your number chart of how to put this together. But yeah, that should be kind of fun. It'll kind of be like the unboxing of the Weiss Schwarz cards, where I really have no idea how I'm gonna deal with this camera placement and stuff. I don't exactly have a whole lot of room on this desk, and my wires actually connecting everything to my PC are not exactly super long. So I've got to figure out a way to like rearrange everything here on the desk. But I do want to do that on stream. I'm not gonna put that together without y'all. So I don't know when we're gonna do it. I gotta find time to do it. But But yeah, I figure Ariel would be a very good one for my first ever Gunpla, because it's really the first Gundam series I've ever watched. Unicorn would be cool. I've seen Unicorn. I don't think we have a Unicorn in our store. So, yeah. I'm surprised at how cheap they are. Like, obviously, you can do the big ones, right? Like, I've seen Keisan's collection and some of the big Sazabis and stuff that she's got. Like, obviously, you can do the massive ones. But yeah, this was only like 15 bucks. Like, I was genuinely surprised at how cheap this was. Like, for being like a collector's thing, like a thing people do specifically to collect, usually they charge a premium for that kind of stuff in the collectibles market. But no, this was very cheap. And I get my employee discount and stuff. Like, yeah, I could do this. This is cheaper than a book. So, yeah. I might end up becoming a Gunpla guy. I really need to get like a case or something for all my figures. I don't have anywhere to keep a lot of this stuff. Like right now, everything like in the collectibles realm that I own, I have an old entertainment center just without the TV in the middle. And it was made for a pretty big TV, so like it's got a big old hole in the middle. And basically all of my collectible stuff is in there. I don't do a whole lot of collectibles. Like it's just stuff, right? It's things that I really have no practical use for. So I'm not a big toy collector. Maybe it'd be different if I had friends that were into it too, or, you know, girlfriend that was into it, but I don't. So yeah, it's just it's stuff that I do really, really like. Like it's stuff that I'm genuinely passionate about. Is the stuff that I put over there. It's kind of a special thing when I buy stuff. So like I've got my Wonder Woman Barbie from it's a black edition Barbie. It was not cheap. It's a gorgeous doll. A couple Funkos. I'm not a big Funko guy, but I've got a few that I really like. Like I got a James Hetfield Funko because of course I do. You know, Sailor Moon one. You know, little things like that. Most of the stuff that I have came from Comic-Con because I would make it a big thing every year whenever I go to Comic-Con. Like I would save up and buy one exclusive, like one really, really nice exclusive for that year. So I've got a big old box and figurine of Death from Sandman. That box is probably the biggest thing over there, even though it's just a normal sized action figure. It came in a really, really nice collectibles box. A very shiny Mega Man, a Batman from Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. And I've got my Tracer figurine. I gotta figure out a place for her. Like I'm not really a big Blizzard supporter anymore, obviously, and I don't really play Overwatch anymore. But I mean, it was a nice figurine. It comes with a little light up base. So yeah, I gotta figure out a spot for it. But yeah, that's like the majority of the stuff that I have. I don't really have a whole lot else. A couple other Sailor Moon figures that were given to me by a friend. Yeah, little things like that. Nothing big. There you go. So yeah, the Gunpla thing is kind of new for me. Like I would say I'm a big fan of a lot of things, but not necessarily a big collector of a lot of things. But just I've never been able to afford it. So yeah. You gotta make it special when you can get something, right? That's my thoughts on it. I don't think we're gonna get it done. Okay. So just a little bit slower than my past few runs of this have been. Usually I've been getting him down before that second wave of AoEs come out. Okay. It's like, I think I probably would be more of a collector if I could afford it more. I think more than anything if I had the space for it. I just don't have the space to be a big collector, right? This stuff adds up. I've just got my room here, and half of my stuff is still in boxes from when I moved out of LA, so it's not like I'm not like I got a bunch of shelves here to put all of this stuff on, right? All right. Thankfully, this second half, it goes pretty fast. Like, there's not really a whole lot that we're doing. It's mostly cutscenes, right? That's why I've come to like Praetorium. Ever since they did the revamp, it's so fast. Like, there's very little actual playtime in it. It's all cutscenes. So, like, yeah, if you're like pressed for time, it doesn't really help you all that much. But in terms of just being able to just kind of veg out and chill and chat with everybody, it's so much better than it used to be. I literally don't have to do anything for most of this second half but sit here and watch the cutscenes. I really enjoy it. Okay. Where is everybody? Okay, there we go. No, I feel like it's like felt like I was doing this all by myself for a second there. Okay. All right, here we go. So yeah, but yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of collectible stuff. I feel like over the years I've amassed a lot of things and gotten rid of a lot of things over the years, just because I kind of realized, like, I don't really do anything with it. Like, it's plastic. It goes in the trash eventually, right? You know, some of the more sentimental stuff I might keep, but genuinely, like, I'm looking at some of the stuff in my boxes, and I'm just like, what am I even doing with any of this, right? So yeah, like the nice collectibles and things like Gunpla. You know, if I had my own place, you know, you could get a really nice case or make a really nice case. Like you see the ones with the glass and the lights inside to keep them, yeah, keep everything dust free inside and that kind of thing. Like if I had my own place, I could see myself doing something like that. Like I wouldn't mind a couple shelves of just like a really, really nice display case. But I couldn't be the kind of guy that has an entire room of that kind of thing. Like it'd be more of like part of a general hobby room, I think. Maybe have my guitars in there or something like that, right? Like sometimes I get these Funko collectors who come in at work and you're like, oh, I've got like 300 of these in my room. And they're like, how? I've been to some rooms like that, and it's like, how? Why? Why? Why do you have a wall of Funkos? What purpose does this serve other than just getting in the way, right? Like, all it does is enclose your room more. Like, there's no way you actually like all of these series that you're getting this stuff from. You're just collecting to collect, right? Now, to be fair, a couple of them are, like, disabled or on fixed income and stuff like that. And, like, I get that. Like, you gotta have something to pass away your time when you can't really do a whole lot else, right? Like, that's fine. I don't mind that kind of thing. But I've been to places where it's like, I'm just there at a house party. Like, this is a giant stack of plastic, right? I don't think I could ever become that kind of collector, right? Maybe if it was guitars, I'd have a whole wall of guitars. Because I do see, like, Ola England and, like, see their whole wall in the back, and it's like, that's a lot of money. But it's really cool. Got the neon lighting and stuff back there. But he's also Ola, and I'm not. He actually knows how to play and has subscribers. So I think he can probably afford that kind of thing a little bit more. I guess I collect books. That's like the only thing that I guess I am a collector of. 'Cause there's no way that I read all of the books that I buy. I wish I could. I wish I had the time to go through all of them. But I mean, to be fair, that's also my degree. So I figure, like, that was originally supposed to be my career, so it would make sense to have a lot of books because I need to be able to read what I write. And then that didn't go that didn't go so hot. So yeah, I've got so many books just stacked around everywhere. Yeah, I guess, you know, I can't throw stones at the Funko collectors when I've got literal stacks of books that I haven't read. Some of them are still in their Barnes & Noble bags. Just from the looks of it. I don't even know what's in them. Sometimes I'll look through those bags or try cleaning up the room a little bit and be like, I don't remember buying this at all. I don't even know what this book's about. I just really liked the cover at the time, and it went in the collection because I was feeling down and I wanted to buy something, so a book it is. You know, I've got some nice ones. I got a lot of signed Neil Gaiman. Got a signed Kevin Costner book. That's probably the weirdest one in my collection. He wrote a book called The Explorers Guild. And I was just at a Barnes & Noble in, I think it was at the Americana in Glendale. And it was just sitting there on the shelves. I guess it was like a couple weeks after Black Friday and they had not sold all of them. I'm like, Kevin Costner signed this. Why is this still here? How's someone not bought it? So I bought it. Still haven't read it. Oh yeah, I've got a couple like that. I got a signed Neil Patrick Harris, Magic Misfits. Yeah, he did a children's book series, and yeah, I think I haven't met them. Like they didn't sign them in person or anything like that. The Neil Gaiman ones I saw him at a literary award. He was getting the St. Louis Literary Award. So I have seen him in person, but I didn't meet him or anything. He just, I guess, if you know anything about Neil Gaiman, he always brings a giant stack of books with him at any kind of award show or speech he's attending, and signs all of them. So yeah, he signed something like 2,000 books for the literary award. So yeah, those I've kind of collected over the years. I bought a few at the awards show, but I had a couple before that. He's the only one that I've ever actually seen in person, though. Most of these other ones, like Barnes & Noble's big thing is they do signed editions for Black Friday. Like they have their they have their 50% off sale and stuff like that on certain books for Black Friday, but their big thing is they just get a big old stack of signed books. And they send them to all of their stores. So that's where most of this stuff comes from. Just various sales over the years. Yeah, so I got the Neil Patrick Harris, let's see. I think I've got a signed copy of Children of Blood and Bone somewhere. That one was another Black Friday one. Okay. Oh, I do have a signed Iron Widow. That one I like a lot. That one I like a lot because Jiren is just fantastic. A plus follow. I'm really excited for Heavenly Tyrant. Let's see. As much as I meme on it, I think probably the prettiest book that I own is probably The Fourth Wing. Like, there's not a whole lot of books that do the spray-painted edges thing. And I hope that it becomes more of a thing in the future, because it is genuinely a very pretty book. Although I do have a really nice bound copy of Treasure Island. So, that one's up there. Here we go. Get over here. I'm just like kind of looking over at my shelves. You know, there were a lot that I bought at the Iliad in LA, which if you were in LA or you're ever visiting and you just want a really nice bookstore, I've talked about it on stream before, but I will always give them free promotion. But the Iliad bookstore in North Hollywood is probably one of my favorite places in this city. It was always like my go-to spot. Just I'm bored at night and I want to go hang out among people, or like trying to go on a date. The few times that ever actually happened, I was always like this spot. that I would go to. Go to the Iliad, then maybe walk up around the corner and go to the Republic of Pi. I don't know if the Republic of Pi is still around, but that was always a really, really good spot. But yeah, the Iliad, they only sell used books. And being North Hollywood, you know, you got some pretty big names that would get a lot of cool books, and they would just, you know, bring them in. Yeah, the Iliad would buy them and then resell them, and that's all they did. Like, they do not carry new books in there. So, so you'd find some really wild stuff on the shelf sometimes. And it was a really good spot to get, like, a brand new book for half price, because someone would buy it, finish reading it, and then resell it to them. You just go in, you hang out with their cats, Zeus and Apollo. Yeah, I miss the Iliad a lot. We don't have anything like it. Nothing even remotely close to it anywhere near this area. Maybe up in St. Louis. I think the last or the Strand bookstore, Last Strand. Yeah, like everyone would talk about the Last bookstore in downtown LA, and it's really cool in terms of vibes. Like, it's a pretty cool area. But as someone who is very poor, Last bookstore, it's a lot of new books. Like, it's an actual bookstore. They sell a lot of new hardcovers and stuff. Most people go because the upstairs is really cool with the mass markets. And, you know, they made the arches and tunnels and stuff out of the mass markets, but it's kind of a pain trying to figure out how to go through all of it. You know, it's got the vibes. It's kind of hard to sift through. But yeah, it was just too expensive, and I couldn't get downtown all that often. The Iliad, it's just, it's not fancy. It's just a big old one-level room, essentially. I think it was essentially like an old house that had been converted at some point or something, like maybe an old storage warehouse. So, like, it's not fancy. It's not cool looking. It's been in a couple shows, but like it doesn't have cool archways made out of books, right? But it feels like home. Like, it feels like a local bookstore, and I love it. I miss it so much. Okay, so now we go through the speech here, but yeah, that's the one thing that I tried keeping. You know, when I left LA, I left a lot of stuff behind, unfortunately. A lot of clothes that I couldn't fit. A lot of cool stuff that I really wish I had been able to keep, but I literally packed up overnight and left. So it was whatever I could fit in my car, and that was it. So I unfortunately no longer have a lot of stuff that I wish I still did. But my books, I managed to keep the books. That is, that's the one thing that I'm happy that I did not leave behind. Yeah, signed Joe Hill. That one I bought at the Iliad, because I remember seeing it in there. It's cool. He signed it in gold ink, which if you've read Nosferatu, you kind of know what's up. I need to read Stephen King's new one, Holly. I've heard a lot of good things about it. My problem is that I've never read Mr. Mercedes or Finders Keepers, so I don't know if I need to read those to kind of figure out what Holly's deal is. Like, I know that she is only kind of a side character in those, so I don't think I would necessarily need to, but I kind of want to see her character progression over the years. So yeah, I really want to read the new Stephen King. So that might be my next book purchase whenever I can afford it. Who knows when that'll be? Okay, what's going on with my bitrate here? Okay, there we go. It's stable. It's stable. We're back. All right. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I work at a bookstore and can't even afford the books that we have on the shelves. Like, it's at the point where it's like, this book would be 1 hour of my work time. Do I really want to buy it? Because I only work so many hours a week, right? So it's basically like, once I include gas and food, like, I'm literally counting how many hours of work is this going to cost me. and the books are a little bit too far. I've spent my budget this month on the Gunpla, right? All right. This wasn't too bad. It took, what, half an hour? Yeah, that's about right for Praetorium. It could be a lot worse. Could be a lot longer. Used to be. I would actually rather get this than the, than Ultima. So, I'm not gonna complain. We get to hang out and chat. Yeah, there's been just so many books. I mean, the other thing is I've still got, like I said, so many books that I haven't read, so I should probably start going through my backlog and actually working on that a little bit. Like, I still haven't finished Trust of the Emerald Sea, but I really, really enjoy it. I just, yeah, I need to get back into the habit of just reading it in bed, like right before I go to sleep, like spending an hour just kind of cozy in bed, especially now that's getting to be fall. Because this is the best time for it, right? Like, it's just, it's that nice chill out. We don't have any changing leaves yet. It's almost that time. But yeah, you just kind of want to curl up and read a book. So I just need to get in the habit of doing that and finish reading Trust of the Emerald Sea. Once I actually sit down and do it, it'll go pretty fast. Like, I read through the first half of the book basically in a night or two. So the second half shouldn't go too much longer. And I think especially after watching One Piece, like, kind of seeing a lot of similarities here, right? It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I've never read Brandon Sanderson before, so I'm highly enjoying my introduction to his work. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh, your place. My place is not here. Hey, that's me. Man, I'm getting targeted with everything today. I guess that's what I get, because the past few times I haven't been targeted with anything in my last few roulettes. It's all bound to come around eventually. Okay. But yeah, you know, speaking of the books, you know, I kind of want to do another, like, late night story time stream at some point soon. It's just I need to find some stories to read. I might just try and find some old public domain short stories or something like that. I don't know if Edgar Allan Poe is public domain yet. I would assume he is. So I don't know. Maybe we'll read some Edgar Allan Poe or something like that for Halloween. I really like doing those. I don't know if people like watching them. Like, it is kind of a very specific niche, I guess. But I like doing them, and I think that would be kind of fun. You know, it's up to you guys. It's really whatever you want to see. So if you don't like my storytime voice or whatever, then I won't do them. But I figure it's something a little bit different. It's something, more importantly, it's something that I can fit into these times when I don't really have necessarily a lot of time on the schedule available to stream. But I could do something kind of late night, you know? Oh, here we go. Out of the way there. Alright, do your thing. But yeah, I think doing something fun like that for Halloween might be kind of cool. Like, I love Halloween, but I don't really get a chance to dress up a whole lot. So, you know, I would like to do something that kind of fits with the fall vibes as best as possible for the channel. I have not decided what exactly it's going to be yet, but I think that might be part of it, and we could probably do something that whole week. So yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll have some fun. But yeah, you know, now that I think about it, I kind of like that idea of reading some Edgar Allan Poe for Halloween. I don't know if there's any other, like, really good public domain Halloween short stories. I can't think of too many. Legend of Sleepy Hollow, of course. That's always a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I think we might put that on the docket. I don't know if I'm going to be working Halloween night. It's a Tuesday this year, right? Usually they don't have me working Tuesdays because we have the people available on hand to do it. But yeah, I think doing a storytime Halloween reading might be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I need to think of some other stuff to do that week. Yeah, I didn't really think about it, but Halloween week would be well, weekend. We can do some fun streams for that. Who knows? You might actually see me play a horror game. That would be a first, right? That would be the first time I've ever played a scary game. Like, to me, Minecraft is scary, so who knows how wild that would get. I figure if I'm gonna do a scary game, I don't know, it'd probably be Resident Evil Village. But I don't know. I'll have to think of something. I'll have to think of some stuff for you guys for the channel to give you guys something kind of special for that week. But my mind is a turning, and now I'm going to be thinking about it obsessively all day. So thanks, guys. But yeah, the Halloween story time, we will definitely do that. But I want to do more than that now. I can't think of a way to do a Halloween and scary time guitar playing, because my guitar playing is already scary enough to begin with. That's just a normal stream, right? Yeah, I think if I was gonna play a Halloween game that for that weekend, it'd be Resident Evil Village. You know, I mentioned before, but my buddy, he did the voice acting for the Duke, so if I was gonna play a Halloween game, I'd want to support him, especially now that they're on strike right now. So I want to give him all the support and love that I can, and yeah, I figured that would be the special one. But I don't know. I can't think of any other game. Like, I guess I could do like a Chilla's art game or something like that. The traditional VTuber game series. I mean, I've got some VTuber assets. I got my big old witch hat. Which, speaking of, I never did finish Homestead Arcana. I said that I would maybe play that again. That's another game that kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know. It was kind of cool being like a very small indie game on Game Pass, but yeah, it was just one of those games. It's like Hi-Fi Rush. It just I didn't vibe with it the way that I needed to keep up with it, right? So yeah. But yeah, you know, I like Halloween. I love Halloween. It's just I've never really been able to afford to go all out with my costume. I wish I knew how to sew and stuff so that I could like make my own. So most of the time it's just you know, I went as on Constantine a couple times for Comic-Con, so I did that again for Halloween and stuff. The Comic-Con one, I went all out. Like, I found the perfect long coat. The perfect long coat at a Goodwill. Like, you literally could not have gotten... like, there's pictures of it from me at Comic-Con that year, like, out on the internet. It's out in the ether. Yeah, it was the perfect Constantine coat. And, I mean, I even dyed my hair for it. It wasn't a very good job, right? No, it was very much like, yeah, this guy bleached his hair at home, right? But it looked messy. It looked grungy. It was fun. Fortunately, I no longer have that coat. That was one of the things left behind. Oh, okay. I didn't expect this one, but that's fine. I don't know how many tomes this gives, though. Yeah, I'm not really gonna get a whole lot from today, am I? But yeah, that was like the last time I went all out on a costume. And even then, everyone kept thinking I was Castile. It's like, dude, I've never seen an episode of Supernatural. He's based off John Constantine, so you should know this if you were a true fan, right? But I did go up to the DC booth while the Constantine writers were doing a signing. They really liked it, so I was happy with that. They gave me a whole lot of business cards to hand out to people for event. It was like the year the show was coming out, so they were having a big Constantine push. But yeah, that was fun. This year, like, they let us dress up at work, and my coworkers were saying, like, apparently they go all out on it. I'll probably just wear, like, some soccer gear or whatever, support my local team, because I never really get to wear any of that stuff outside of match day. Definitely not at work. But, yeah. Oh. I'm, like, way in the wrong area here. Hell, you know, not much I can do about that. I'll just stand over here and get frozen every now and then. As is tradition. Here we go. Yeah, I guess people were leaving. They're complaining about it in chat. You know, I am happy that they are adjusting it so that you can't smurf these. I know it might be a little rougher on sprouts going through the game. Okay, that's fine. Just no one put on their tank stance. That's okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'll decline it because I don't want the debuff. Here we go. We'll get the wormhole generator up. All right. But yeah. You know, I am kind of sick of seeing Crystal Tower raids and stuff. So we'll see how it goes with the changes and everything. I mean, at this point, I've done all of them so many times that I don't think it would really make all that much of a difference. For me, it's more about how many tomes I'm getting at this point. Like, this one doesn't give me very many tomes. I don't want this one. Has nothing to do with actually doing the raid. Like, yeah, like, it's not like I haven't done Nier a billion times either, right? I do still need to do Euphrazine a couple more times. Here we go. Start getting my my stuff. Oh, that's right. I can't forget tomorrow to make sure and do P12. Here we go. Because I am very, 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 very far behind on getting my weapon. Here we go. Alright, we need to make sure and kill these guys. That's the thing. People forget these things, and they do some work. They paralyze your tanks. It can be an issue if you're not careful. even now. I don't know. I feel like this is going kind of slow. Let's see. It just feels bad doing the old ones when you don't have like your full spread of abilities. Like me not being able to res in the first 2 raid series, you know, this and Heavenwards, it feels real bad. Not gonna lie, it feels real bad not being able to res in Dune Scathe, especially because you kind of need it in Dune Scathe, at least on the first boss, right? So I think that's kind of what annoys people about the earlier raids more than anything, is it just, you feel very handicapped trying to do it. We can just fight through him. There we go. Thankfully, it goes fairly quickly. Like, Manju takes a while, but I feel like everyone else goes down fairly fast. We'll have to wait and see how Cerberus goes, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I like World of Darkness. I mean, it's not the worst raid in the world. I'd much rather have this than Labyrinth of the Ancients just because it's a little more interesting. And I like the music during Cloud of Darkness a little bit more. Okay, Queen Scylla. Okay. Can't exactly remember who's next. Is it Kulila? Kulilane or whatever? Okay. Does anyone know what Wakanda is best for grinding for the event Tombstones? Literally Rival Wings. Rival Wings, yeah, and Asphodella's First Circle. Yeah. Asphodella's First Circle, I guess, is like the thing. You just get a whole lot of people that are way over-geared for it, and you can just burn through it really fast. And it's pretty easy. Oh wow, we actually got the gates down. That's a surprise. I haven't seen an entire alliance get the gates down in ages. Usually there's always one portal left. It's always that one sneaking on in. Grinded over 3,000 tombstones already from Rival Wings. Wow, okay. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but that's fine. Well, you know, I guess if you're really into PvP, where you're trying to get the coat, right? Like the really, really sick coat, that would be, I guess that would be the reason. You know, the tomes are just kind of a side effect of that. I couldn't see myself doing it. That's a lot of Rival Wings, man. I don't know if I can do that much. I'd really like that coat. It's a beautiful coat. But that's what, 50 wins? Is it 50 wins in Seal Rock? Or is it 100 wins in Seal Rock? Either way, it's way more than I could possibly imagine. So that's just going to sit in the achievement logs forever. That one's not going anywhere. Like, that's the annoying part with it, is that it's only Seal Rock, which is only once every, what, 3 days? 4 days? So it's like, on top of the wins, you gotta wait through the time, right? Like, if they gave me that code in Crystal and Conflict, yeah, absolutely. Give it to me. Like, I'd have that in no time. I probably would have had that in Season 1 when it took me 200 wins to get to Crystal, right? So, yeah, I still like my Crystal and Conflict. I haven't hopped in there in a whole lot lately. So I don't know how the balance is or anything like that with the last few seasons. But I do really like it. Okay. It's kind of the same thing as just about any PvP-based game with me. It's the same reason I don't do a lot of FPS games a whole lot. It's just, I feel like I'm going at 100 the whole time. And I just get so stressed out. And like, I'm too old for that nowadays, right? Like, I don't like that feeling of just being amped up on adrenaline for 5 hours straight. I can't do it anymore. Here we go. Or else I probably would do Crystal and Conflict a lot more. Even if it's just normals. You know, I don't really see a reason to do ranked anymore. Maybe slightly better quality matches. That's really about it. Like, I've already got all this stuff from ranked that I could possibly want. So I'm not gonna be pushing to be the top player. Like, to get that rank, like, I did that in Season 1. Like, I saw how much you had to play to get rank 1. And it's just, it's not happening. It's not, like, I was playing that, 14 hours a day in Season 1 trying to get up to Crystal? There was just no way. I couldn't do it. Way too much playing. Does Rival Wings give regular XP at all? It does in the roulette. I don't know about just regular playing. But yeah, so you can do your roulettes. Roulettes always give a really, really good chunk of XP too. Like, more than you would think. Like, people sleep on the PvP roulettes when they're trying to level new characters. No joke, it is fast. I think it's probably faster than MSQ, or it's at least up there for doing your one Rival Wings roulette a day. There you go. Don't sleep on it. If you're trying to level up an alt job or something, yeah, go and do your PvP roulettes, friends. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy and silly and just absolute chaos everywhere. You might feel bad because you lose. It's fine. It's worth it. Hey, there we go. Wow, that was fast. That was way faster than I realized, than I remember. Alright, here we go. A, all in. B, belly. C, consumed. Them's the breaks. That's all. That's what it comes down to. Sorry, friends. That's just how it goes. This group is actually... I don't know. I don't know if we're going any faster than normal, but they know their strats. So hopefully we can get a bunch of DPS in the belly and just make it go really quick. That'd be nice. Because, yeah. Like, you have the typical strat of, like, A, ads, and B, belly, C, chains. Nah. You don't really need that many people outside. Just get everyone in the belly at their DPS. And just get it down as fast as you can. There's really no reason to not be in there, right? Here we go. Yeah, look at that. We got quite a few in here. First round, they knew what's up. Yeah, the faster you get out of here, I mean, the faster he goes down, right? Like, the ads don't really do all that much damage outside, so it's not like you necessarily need a whole lot of people. Like, just a tank and a couple healers can handle it. The chains you don't even have to worry about until he's already down anyway, so yeah, just get him down as fast as you can. Look at that. Look at how fast that went. Look at how smooth that went. Now that's just more DPS on him on the ground, right? All right. Yeah, only having the first part of my melee comp, man, it just feels bad. It just feels bad. Yeah, like, look at that Wolfsbane. Like, what's it doing? It's not really doing anything. Killed that guy, but I think that guy wasn't really paying much attention to it either. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, Cerberus is fettered. See if we can get him down before a second belly phase. It'll be close. I think we can do it. Alright, Hand out of Hell. Yeah, I'm out of the way. And Cloud of Darkness will just get vaporized. So, yeah. Yeah, I really like the music in this one a lot more. It was kind of cool hearing the OG music in the Final Fantasy playthroughs. Kind of gave me nightmares after hearing it so many times in this game. But the Cloud of Darkness music is pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, I really like it. All right, here we go. Let's finish this. Yeah. Took a little bit longer to do both roulettes than I thought, but that's fine. It was mostly waiting in queue for MSQ roulette, I think. That was what, 10, 15 minutes? Kind of a surprise, but yeah, the opening's not great. But once it kicks in, I used to hate this song so much just because of the opening. But then yeah, once it starts kicking in, it's pretty good. I like it. But yeah, loot. I don't even think anyone's been getting loot. That's, I think, the first box that I've seen pop up. Here we go. Okay. Where do you... Okay, over there. That's fine. Can't remember when the pillars come up. Oh, there they are. Of course. We got one way in the back there. Let the bard go handle that. Nice. Don't forget to stand in front. Yeah, see, they even know to stand in front of it. Solid group. A+ group. Go. Man, you gotta be, like, right in the line, though. There. I think it's just because everyone remembers doing this on the alternate version in Eden. So we're just kind of used to it at this point. There we go. Easy, easy. Yeah, she's not gonna live much through the transition here. Go down pretty fast. Weird that everyone else in these older dungeons just feels like HP sponges, but for whatever reason, Cloud of Darkness just melts. Oh, well, I'm in the wrong one. That's fine. They'll get it down. There we go. Alright, where is she gonna come up at? Over there? Oh. Alright. And that's GG. Alright, well, not too bad. You know, we got a couple roulettes down. We got what I wanted to do. You know, it was just supposed to be a Guerilla stream anyways. Like, I really was not planning on streaming much at all this week. But like I said, I'm just trying to fit in where I can, and I really wanted to stream and hang out with y'all. So, That's what we did today. I got to go to work in about an hour, so I'm gonna try and attempt some breakfast and yeah, get ready for it. But thanks a ton, everybody. I'm gonna try doing something again tomorrow. I don't know what, but I've got the whole day off, so we'll try and fit something in there. How much did I get? Oh, only 5. Blah. But yeah, you know, thanks for hanging out with me and listen to me ramble about books for a little bit. I do appreciate it. I will see you guys when I see you. I hope you all have a good start to your week. Remember, you can always like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that stuff. Hit me up on social media. And I think that's just about everything. All right, bye-bye.